late-night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bears offense will have the football first. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you leave him, Jesse, going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays, so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy has to be able to make plays when his opportunities show up.
Clark wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. With the catch, it's Robinson. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Near the 48-yard line. Good enough for a first down.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll try the run. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Hauls it in. Stopped just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Robinson. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Clark to fire. Here's a heat. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on third down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this critical third down. Whether you're running it or you're throwing it, the best players touch the ball right here.
And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So So Middle Tennessee State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing, proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll give it to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Battiato. Fires complete on the crosser. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
That was a 3rd down this offense absolutely had to have. They're already down in this game, and so on 3rd down, you've got to find a way to win. And it's a nice job in the one-on-one, running a good route, creating some separation, quarterback throwing on time, and this offense stays on the field.
From the gun, running back on the move. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
We've come to the end of the period. It's Missouri State holding the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Battiato. Got his man downfield. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. They'll move the tight end. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And they've converted their first 2 3rd down opportunities, but a 3rd and long is a different animal. Takes the easy one to the back. Not going to get there, not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down.
That's why as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on third down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Clark wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Robinson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Clinton.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
And the Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wants to throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Robinson. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
The Bears will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lawrence. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Yeah, and you gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never gonna be a cornerback. That's not gonna happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm gonna go attack and make some plays.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. From the gun, the ground game. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And the Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
The Bears pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Sets up the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Clark to fire. And his throw is incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you can tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Here comes the heat. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. Field goal is good. And now the lead is even bigger. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Walker. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can't stop the clock. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. Caught close to the marker, it's Carter. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Looking to pass. It's Battiato. He's going to let it go. And he makes the catch inside the 25. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Murfreesboro. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Floyd Stadium.
And the Bears will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
First and 10. They're going to ride this running back. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
They'll run play action. Catch in the middle, it's Butler. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
That's the one danger defensively when you want to play zone coverage, because you leave a lot of windows and pockets out on the field. And if the offense and quarterback find one, they could hurt you. And you saw it right there on the crossing.
Gets it out fast. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Working that left side now. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
To the air, it's Mattiato. Swings it out to his running back. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
Yeah, and you wanted to get the ball out quick, and you wanted your receiver to make the play for you and get the 1st down. You don't now. Decision time, 4th and short.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. This is now a 7-point game.
And I'll be honest, I don't love the call. On 4th and that short, I want to go for it. But you trust your kicker, he does his job, and he puts 3 on the board.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. From the gun, the running back has it. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Quick strike complete. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
Gain of 13. That's a 1st down for the offense.
New set of downs after the completion. Clark wants to throw. Fires to the middle. Finds his man. It's Johnson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
2nd down coming up.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Lawrence. At the 45 on his way. And they finally run him out of bounds. A huge gain to wrap up the 3rd quarter, and this defense will start the 4th on its heels. We've come to the end of the period. It's Missouri State holding the lead and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grab near the marker. It's Robinson. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Throws to the wideout. He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown, Bears!
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
For the extra point.
And he tacks on the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. Fires left. Makes the grab. It's Butler. Goes out of bounds at the 25, and that's the way to get it out of your own end.
And this defense is perfectly fine with that. When you're up a couple possessions, you want everything in front of you. You want that clock to tick, make sound tackles, and don't give up big plays.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. Fourth quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
To throw, it's Spatiato. Under fire. Makes a connection. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Gonna look downfield again. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Back open in the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get in the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. From the red zone, looking for a man. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. Just under a minute and a half to play, and to have a shot, you got to believe they have to recover this onside kick.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. It'll be 3rd and long. Clark to fire. Deep shot for the end zone. And the ball was knocked away incomplete, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's sort this one out.
Holding.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Bears will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Walker.
And that's perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those 1st downs, and just make that clock run.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Sweet spin. They finally get to him. A what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got it in the middle. It's Tipton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we got to stay aggressive.
Throws for the tight end. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And what a way for this defense to end it. A pick as time runs out.